But thanks for tuning in, folks. And again, while we have a little bit of a break, let's reiterate, pugs are active. If you want to get in on some pugs, head over to CEVO.com. It's completely free. For any of you guys who are interested in getting in on some competitive Counter-Strike action playing some pugs, go check it out. It's a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. So here we go, kicking off the pistol round. Lunatik did decide to stick with the CT side off the back of that knife round win. The best of one here on Dust against Reliable on Mess with Launders tonight in this triple header, the last of our 3 matches tonight. We see armor across the board for Lunatik Esports and a fast cat. That's the number 5 man who is Nafly. He's moved up and sees 3 in middle as it looks like KR7 is going to come storming down through tunnels with his teammate Robbie1. So they're trying to take control of mid. The information has been gained by Nafly. He's going to retreat back to the A plat site and let his team know. As Lunatik is actually really stacked on the B side of the map. They've got 3 in middle, but that's likely due to the fact that their teammate Nafly alerted him to the presence of all the mid players, and it's looking like a potential mid to be executed. Oh, actually they're going through CT spawn. This is something we don't see all that often, as Robbie1 and Lightworker both pick up frags. Shooting through the smoke is KR7, gets the headshot onto Shazam. Looking to get himself a second as Juvie and Fugly are extremely wounded. The terrorist Reliable plant at the completely open A site. Fugly last man alive, and wow, perfect round for Reliable to start off on T side.
What a sick round, and yeah, splitting, that's something new. I mean, they, instead of, you know, like faking mid to B or something and going up cat, they decided to split cat and CT spawn to take A. That's crazy, and they ended up getting all 5 frags without dropping a player. So they got to be feeling really good about that opening to this game. That's a really interesting strat.
Yeah, they were on supposedly the harder side, although a lot of people will debate. I mean, Lunatik, perhaps in confidence, just taking CT side, given that they feel like, regardless of if we don't have a stellar CT side, we could go to the T side where we'll feel confident. And look at Reliable. You're going with the bunch set up over at the B site. And taking a look. Oh, that one dig from Juvie connects onto Lightworker. Oh my god, he gets a second on a KR7 as Daps is in position to get one for himself. So the eco rounds have already started here. Lunatik trying to make it a win as they've barely taken any damage. Shazam's down to 36, but Juvie, those 2 Digs, beautiful from the back plat side at headshot box. As Mark and his teammate Robbie1 are kind of stuck in middle. Now it's just Mark. He's got himself a Galil, but he is a man on an island, and Nafly and Shazam closing it out. Lunatik Esports on the eco, evening it up there. Backbreaking there. Whew.
God damn. Some 1-digs right there. That's gotta suck. I mean, Reliable just came off that huge pistol round to get eco'd with 5 players. Well, it wasn't an eco. We had Lunatic all buy out, and that's why they weren't getting one-shotted to death. But ultimately, around they still didn't want to lose going up against much higher equipment value. And because of that, because of the fact that they were able to eco and not drop a single player, they were able to pick up 5 guns and not have to rebuy a single one.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, like you said, they did make an investment in that round, so not quite a full-on eco, but the fact they didn't lose anyone, let alone win the round, is just, that's, you couldn't ask for a better situation. But here we're seeing a little bit of a response from Reliable, who's basically on a full save for a few luxury pistols. And they're slowly creeping out to middle. There's Shazam. The 1-dig does not connect for KR7. But Abe gets the trade out as Nafly has already moved to the mid position. Abe cannot get a second. That's a 2K for Nafly. Robbie1 stuck in pit by himself. Bomb is down in middle. They are going to quickly flank him. And Robbie probably won't be alive much longer here, so it'll likely be a quick 2-1 for Lunatik Esports on the back of that eco round. Let's see what RG Robbie1 does here. He realizes he's got to move out of pit, but got to figure they're here. Oh, wow. That's just perfect crossfire. Nafly getting himself a 3K on the round.
Yeah, and now they're going to be able to potentially buy behind this Lightworker with enough money to drop an op for someone if they so desire, but we'll see if they decide to do that. I'm not sure if that's in the plan, considering they don't have their main opper, that is Lex, and they're going to be saving here, so they don't want to settle for any Galils, and don't like the idea of not having a lot of nades. So really unexpected, in my opinion, that they're going to save, but they might have a strategy and are playing for the long game here. So we'll see how this round works out for them.
Yeah, it could be several things as they do push out long and they get flashed and have to stop in their tracks. But could be strategy-based, could be maybe a little bit of lack of confidence. Is Mark trying to take shots from that distance from with the CZ. Not all that advised, but hey, Abe makes me eat my words as he connects with one, trying to pick up Juvie over at the car position, but down to 3 HP with that nade. And if they don't move quickly, they're going to get flanked by the number 5 man. That's Nafly. And Abe, well, kind of figured that internal clock in his head starting to go off. Figures, hey, they're going to start collapsing on us. They know we're pretty much all over here. And I think he may have saw Nafly shoulder peek there as he moved over. And they are not in a great position. But taking a look at Lunatik, they're not pressing the issue here. I think that's smart. Playing patiently, showing a little bit of respect to Reliable, or maybe just showing respect to those Deagles and CZs. Juvie takes some serious damage down to 4, but he's able to get the spray down onto Lightworker, and Abe, the last man standing, gets himself the frag with 3 HP. That's 2 on the round, and picks up the AK. So he's going for the long rotate over to B. If he can pick up this number 4 man, Daps, which I don't know, he's too fast on the rotate. He's only got 3 HP. I don't think he'll be able to do so. Easy frag for Daps. Very nicely played by him, so it'll be 3-1 for Lunatic.
Yeah, it was a really good lurk by Abe there, able to get his frag. Going out long meant that they weren't able to, you know, close that distance between players, and so rifles have a huge advantage at range, and that's one of the ways to really set yourself apart from a CZ upset, I guess you could call it. But it's going to be Lightworker opping, so apart from Lex, it looks like Lightworker is going to be the competent opper on the team, and you know, he's one of my favorite players on the team. He puts together a lot of frags consistently, and so I wouldn't be surprised if he's able to do so. But double cat setup.
Yeah, we see Shazam pushing with that op with his teammate. As mid control will go to Reliable. All of them pretty much in mid, save for the 0 man on tunnel stairs. Already conceding long, and you see Juvenile. He's in position at the blue dumpster to contest anyone coming out through long doors. I think at some point he may want to push. So they've basically conceded Cat has Lunatic Esports. As soon as RG gets wise to this, they should be able to take the site. But coming out into mid, Fugly's able to pick up 2 with his Galil, and Abe is going to have to try to drop to get that frag. Cannot do so. That's 3 for Fugly. Wow, just lethal with that Galil in his hand. Just going to show it doesn't matter what gun you have. But Lightworker picking up the frag on the Shazam. They'll get the plant onto the A site. Mark is still alive with Lightworker, but they're up against 4 counter-terrorists. One of them with an op in his hand. It's Juvie shooting Lightworker in the side. Wow, Mark, where's the communication? Didn't even see it coming, although I guess he was a little preoccupied with Cat. Can't really aim at 2 places at once, so there you go. Lunatic Esports will get the defuse, and it'll be 4-1.
Yeah, man of the round for sure. Fugly holding down that mid. They were trying to do this exact same strat that they pulled off on pistol round and have 2 players go CT, 3 go up Cat, and Fugly just stopped that like no problem with a Galil, putting 3 headshots down onto Reliable and shutting them down no problem. Now it's going to be another round where everybody's going to be buying here. Even though Lightworker was able to get 2 picks with that op, is not able to buy another one this round, and they weren't able to win their last rifle round against Steel, so we'll see if they're going to be able to do that against rifles without an op.
Yeah, we'll have to see how they combat that op of Shazam, who is now playing, he's playing in mid, watching Palm Tree. Pretty typical position, allowing his teammate Dash to push up to the doors. As Juvenile is very forward here at long. Oh, will he get the spray down? He gets 1, he gets 2. Cannot get the 3rd. Abe finally is able to pick up the trade out, but look at the teammate Fugly swooping in to pick up another frag. Really nice cohesion and chemistry and timing shown by Lunatic there, bringing it down to the final terrorist player, KR7 with the bomb in his hand. And Shazam is just biding his time. There it is, the execution with the op, with a little help from Fugly. 5-1 in favor of Lunatic.
Yeah, no, really strong early lead right now. Not a very convincing long take there, running through the smoke, trying to catch someone off guard. Unfortunately for them, Juvie was waiting and managed to get 2 with the spray down, which they weren't able to trade out fast enough for. And that means that Lunatic are taking a really strong lead. You know, Reliable only winning the pistol round in this half and are on another save.
And I believe also of note was, I think Juvie got a team flash from, I think it was Fugly, who was playing behind him, maybe at the car position. Just very nice, again, timing and chemistry from Lunatic Esports. As Shazam, that aggressive op look from mid right at Xbox, picks up 1 in lower tons, bringing it to a 4-on-1 scenario, but Reliable on the save here. Daps in a good position to get a spray down. Here comes one storming out. Daps has to switch to his CZ, but cannot connect. Oh, look at that shot from Lightworker, but Fugly on the trade out, and the positioning by Lunatic, again, just stellar. playing the crossfire. Pretty much everyone is getting at least one frag before they go down, but making sure that if they do go down, their teammates step in and get that trade out.
Yeah. It's key to do that, obviously, and Dap's already up to almost 16k here. So with all the players alive and tons of rebuys being able to be made, Lunatic have a huge lead, and Reliable are going to have to win rifle rounds in succession just to put Lunatic on a save so that they can win a couple free rounds, even though they have already got eco'd themselves. And now Robbie 1 is going to be the one with the op, even though it seemed like Lightworker was doing a hell of a job with his, and we'll see how he decides to open up the round. I'm not sure where this first pick is going to happen, but it goes to Daps. Ooh,
oh, yeah. Daps continuing his domination, picks up the aggressive 2K, gets a third! Oh my goodness, Mark could not stop that push by Daps, who is just a man amongst boys right now. He's down to 12 HP, but that's a huge opening 3K for him. It's up to Robbie and KR7. Robbie's got that op. He does have the bomb. They're trying to move towards long, but you got to figure that Lunatic is wise to that as Shazam drops that op with a shot of his own. KR7, man on an island. He's stuck out long behind the blue dumpster. He's going to have to try to get the bomb, but he's got to deal with Shazam first. He does. Nice spray down headshot onto him. But he realizes he's getting flanked by Juvie. Can he get the second? Shoots just above his head as the crouch was successful. Juvenile picking up the trade out frag. It's 7-1 Lunatic.
Yeah, and on this aim map, we see Lunatic with, it seems like a little bit sharper aim, at least today, and that's going to be a big issue for Liable, who have to pull together rounds, and I know CT is just not that bad of a side to be on, but ultimately, if we see this as an even, then Reliable are still way behind, so ultimately, they've got a lot of work to do. Lightworker, again, with the op here, able to buy, and the lose bonus means that they're going to probably try to force as much as possible, but ultimately, if they can't win around with an op, it's going to be really difficult for them. And we've seen teams go up quite a lot and then give one round away and then win the next one and completely screw up the money for the other team. So hopefully that's not the case for Reliable, because they do need to prove themselves on a rifle round, and so they are going to have to do it in 2 rounds in a row, something they haven't done.
Yeah, particularly when Lunatic. Someone opens the economic door for you by investing in 2 ops in this round. If you can drop that kind of cash by winning this round and eliminating all of their players, not letting them save, that takes a huge chunk out of their economy. And if they decide to do that again in the next round and buy up those ops, then that really bodes well for you. Shazam gets a piercing headshot onto Lightworker. They're trying to go for actual mid to B this time. Maybe trying to get a little misdirection from their previous mid to CTs, but it is falling apart at the seams. Lunatic doesn't lose 1 player.
Yeah, Natfly has some serious opping right there, and yeah, that's a big lead out. But ultimately, if they're going to opt right now, it's going to be Glass Cannon. I don't think that that's too much of a disadvantage, but I also wouldn't be surprised if they decide not to. And I think, is Robbie sporting a rifle, or does he just have that CZ?
Just a CZ right now, it looks like.
That op can really hurt your money sometimes.
Indeed, it can. So we see Lunatic Esports just coming out on top of most of the engagements thus far. Reliable not able to dial in a winning formula. And Shazam again in that pushed up position with the op. He likes that spot, trying to get an opening frag there. Doesn't connect this time, but it looks like he may have done some piercing damage to Robbie 1. Again, him with just that CZ. I'm trying to make sure that no one is pushing long as Lightworker, and I believe Mark, as Juvie is doing just that. They conceded long, and Lightworker with the turning 180 onto Juvenile. Picks up the headshot as Abe gets one of his own. Fugly evens it up with that frag on the Lightworker, so the man advantage, 2-man advantage actually now in favor. Reliable, but Fugly with the aggressive play comes storming through the double doors to prevent the plant, but Robbie won Johnny on the spot with 2 op kills. Gets Fugly followed by Shazam to get back on the board for Reliable.
Yeah, and they almost, they pull that round out down a rifle, but they're taking a lot of risks. Reliable pushing through smoke, just trying to enter sites, getting a little bit impatient, I feel like, and not playing out the whole realm, but playing it super risky and are paying for it sometimes. I don't know if that's a really good way to try to secure or string together rounds in a row, and this is the round that they're going to have to win to do it. So maybe a little bit more methodical would be a little bit better for their luck, but we'll see if it can. And Robbie getting taken down.
Fugly just lethal with that M4 as Nafly gets one of his own over in B-Tons. Wow. I mean, you got to think that Ops should win that battle there. Unfortunately not, as Lightworker. He does connect onto Shazam. right in the gut. It's all even 3-3. So we'll see what the terrorists decide to do. They're actually going to work up Cat. And again, this is a situation that favors the terrorists. The CTs are going to have to split up, cover at least each site, unless they decide to stack with 2, as we see the number 1 man, Juvie, is going to go for the slow flank. But if this bomb makes a quick move onto the B site, this could be a successful round for Reliable, but Fugly has been lights out with his M4 in his hand. As Juvie does get one
First shot
from the lurking position, which makes Reliable slow down. They've second-guessed this Cat push. They don't know what they want to do here. Fugly has to have a good idea that they're coming from Cat now. He does. The shot onto Mark connects. That's a headshot. He's going to call for his teammates to rotate and play smart. Lightworker, LMS for the terrorist. Realizes he's going to get sandwiched here in no time. There's the nade, so he has a general idea of where... Whoa, that connecting shot on the Juvie. I think he hit him in the shoulder. Now he's in the middle. I think he spotted one in CT. That's Naf, who's going to jump up onto the... He goes for the jumping. I think that was a pistol shot. I'm not sure.
A Kaylee one tap.
Yeah, there you go. I think that ruined your day during ESL, right?
No,
the jumping headshot on Dust.
No, dude. I'm an LDLC fan.
All right, yeah. Touche. So that round going to Lunatic once again.
Yeah, and they did manage to hang on the up, which is a big deal. And Robbie's going to have a scale by. I guess they're going to just go gauntlet with this. KR7's going to go for the long pick. I think there will be someone there to challenge him, but I'm not completely sure at this moment. Yeah, Shazam is going for that long spot, and he doesn't have a better spawn than him, so...
Doesn't matter, though. Connects onto KR7. Lightworker will try his chances, and he connects onto Shanama. It seems like they just need to give the op to Lightworker.
He's been really good with it.
He's the only one that's really been able to go toe-to-toe with Shazam so far, and they've given up a man each time in the process of either letting Robbie 1 or someone else, this time KR7, go for that opening op kill. I mean, I think a lot of it is spawn-based, based on where the spawn is. But at the same time, I mean, you just need to go with the hot gun, I think, in this situation, as Juvie and Daps prevent any entry into the B side, saying, "You shall not pass." As Fugly, my goodness, coming storming out through the smoke in CT, the headshot on the Mark, and the 90-degree headshot on Lightworker, just making it look easy.
Yeah, I know there haven't been any actual clutches, but it just seems like Fugly has been clutch this entire half. He's been getting such important 2 and 3Ks throughout, and is contributing greatly to their score right now. So 10-2, and again, not the ability for Lightworker to have an op, and even though he's doing work, it seems like his team is not helping him out too much. So that's gonna be a big issue.
Yeah, you take a look. Lightworker, the only one on his team at double-digit frags. Abe not too far behind at 7, 2, and 10.
Oh, later.
Wow, through the smoke. Daps, knowing the angles, connects with a headshot on the Mark based on a little bit of audio intel as Abe's going for a 1D through middle. Reliable seems flustered here. They seem out of ideas. The only time they've really won rounds is off of brute force fragging power. It hasn't been tactically. We see Fugly trying to match Daps with a kill through the smoke. Does significant damage to Abe. Lightworker, though, continuing his fragging prowess for his team, picks up one with the pistol. But Fugly, another 2K for him to take out Abe and Lightworker. So it's 11-2 for Lunatic.
Yeah, 11-2. It's looking really dire at this point. Reliable only able to get 1 rifle round and the pistol round, meaning that they have a really unsuccessful half so far. Obviously, just looking at the score, but just by the fact that their rifle rounds are extremely low. And we got an auto sniper on for Daps, and this is the kind of move that you want to make to ensure your lead and make it grow. We've got a fast cat on for Shazam to go for an early pick. I don't think there's anybody here to contest him at mid, but he's looking lower for it. And I'm not sure what the plan is, but we got a full buyout. We got Robbie with the SIG, which is actually a really great gun. Not sure how he's going to open up the round with it, though.
Let's see what he decides to do with this Krieg. They're staged up in B with 4 of them. And the number 9-man Lightworker is actually, it looks like he's just waiting for Shazam to peek. But Shazam just too patient. He's not going to make that mistake. Wow, connects with Fugly, but Shazam with the quick trade out. Nice positioning. Again, Lunatic, that great timing, the great teamwork and chemistry. They don't lose a man without getting the trade out, at least not in most cases. A tactical smoke there as Mark gets entry in the site, but look at Nafly, just biding his time, waiting for someone to go for the plant so he can do that! He gets a headshot onto Abe and then connects with the 180 Vertical shot on the KR7. As Shazam comes through the window, gets 2 with the op. Lunatik, my goodness, anytime that Reliable seems like they get something going, Lunatik just squashes it immediately.
I mean, they shut down like one player in B, but they didn't expect a second. But the last time they went B, there were 2 players there, so not clearing the entire site, especially the spot that there was a player there last time, means that they messed that up themselves. They really lost that round for themselves, and it cost them at a point where they really needed it. So. Robbie trying to entry long with a shotgun.
My goodness. And this time Lunatik almost looking like Tempo with that aggressive push from Daps. He gets 2. Lightworker, he's a man on an island with his scout. Oh, he heard Daps. He heard Daps. Can he get the kill? Going for the pistol. It's a pistol battle in T-spawn. Pull out your knives, boys. Make it entertaining. There you go. Yes! The knife kill for Lightworker. Connects. I like seeing that admirable play by Daps and Lightworker, making it entertaining for us in a not-so-close game. And there's another knife, this time Fugly picking it up. So it'll be a 13-2 half in favor of Lunatik Esports. And unfortunately, if Reliable can't pick up this pistol round in the second half, that could be all she wrote.
Yeah, it's looking like it's almost over, but ultimately a lot is to be said with this pistol round. But, I mean, 13-2 is so much worse than 12-3, just so much worse than 11-4. Ultimately, 11-4, 10-5, a little bit closer than 12-3 or 13-2 are far apart. So it's crucial to win this pistol round, but still their odds are super low because they're ultimately only going to be able to make 2 mistakes before they're putting themselves on match point.
Yeah, and then you just have to aggressively buy, and hope to win on a wing and a prayer. As we take a look at the buys here in the second half for the pistol round, a couple of chest armors for Fugly and Shazam on the T side. Whoa! That's why they call it suicide, Daps. Robbie 1 connecting with the headshot, and we'll see a fast cat. But Fugly and the rest of his team come storming up long. They don't even bother with the smoke of the crossing. Robbie 1 on site gets himself a second frag on the round. That's a headshot on a Fugly as Mark adds 1 to the mix. So now Shazam and Nafly stuck with the bomb, isolated at the cross. Doesn't look like they'll be able to get to it. Nafly does have a deagle. He'll have to work some magic against 4 CTs here if he wants to get himself the round win. Not looking likely here. Ooh. Whoa! Juan Deeg, say hello to Abe's forehead. Down he goes. He's not going to go down without a fight. These guys can game. They, you step outside and he will set you free, will Nafly. And Reliable wisely playing passively after that shot.
Found Jesus in that one, Deke.
He did. Say hello to my little friend, my golden koi.
So is this the beginning of the end?
I don't know. I mean, if Reliable can string together a few more rounds, maybe they can make a go of it. But like you said, there's very little margin for error at this point.
Yeah, I mean they've won a pistol round before,
and then got ecoed.
Yeah, doesn't mean that there are 2 free rounds in store for them, but yeah, it's going to be a buyout for Lunatik. Fittingly considering they have been able to win, and we get that Nafly S-Gares by.
See if he can work some. Oh, he sees the shoulder. Come on, Naf, that shot was yours.
Ooh,
he does follow it up with the second one, so he redeems himself. Robbie 1 though, connecting with the M4 1AS headshot. It's now 4-on-4, 13-3 for Lunatik Esports. Reliable winning the pistol round in the second half, and we're hoping they can make a game of it. But it's all going to be predicated on this round and the next one, and then they can actually win some gun rounds because they've been pretty unsuccessful thus far. They now on CT side. Perhaps they're a CT sided team. We'll see. Nafly has that scout in his hands, just kind of stomping around, trying to grab his team some intel. The jumping shots from Elevator. Juvie, he's just lethal with that deagle. Quit testing him, guys. He sees Lightworker come storming through the mid doors. Will he connect with another? Oh no, the jumping deagle will not connect. And there's Lightworker getting himself a 3K on the round. So playing smart, Reliable does not get ecoed this time.
Yeah, and it's really, it's really time for his team to step up because, like, if Lightworker is able to get these frags, his team, we've seen them all play well and it's in them to do well. So I don't see why they shouldn't be able to get some frags. If Lightworker's pulling together some really nice ones, and you know, he's able to make mid-round calls to assist whoever's IGLing, who I actually don't know who is, and you know, enable them to pull up the edge. But they're going to be rushing B, and whoa, Abe is super blind.
And this is actually a good guess by Lunatic, given that Reliable rushed from long and left two. Oh, Juvie, that peak with the CZ. My goodness, man. You are insane. That's 2 down the hands of Juvenile CZ. So they'll get the bomb planted. It'll be a 3-man retake. But look at Shazam. Perfect alert position to get himself a free gun after the headshot onto Robbie 1. Mark, LMS for the CTs. He's going to opt for that M4, the one he can spray. It's him against Shazam. They're both extremely wounded, and Mark's just going to go for the defuse, and Shazam makes him pay for it. Despite the fact that he was extremely wounded, picking up the clutch, and that'll be 14-4 in favor of Lunatic.
Yeah, and they effectively got ecoed again on a B rush through the smoke with the flash that blinded the entire site. So able to pick up that round pretty handily was Lunatic, and ultimately Mark had his chance jumping up on Plat. Wasn't able to hit a shot on you know, a player that was 1 hit. They were both 1 hit, but ultimately, you know, it was Robbie's round to lose, I feel like, and he did. So they couldn't close out that round. They're going to be on a force buy here. Mark with just a CZ, 2 scouts on the board, and an M4, and a player down. Looks like Lunatic, I mean, shouldn't have trouble winning this round, considering they just won the last one.
Yeah, A site's pretty much open, although, there we go. They're going to rotate back to the site. We'll watch it from KR7. He's on Plat, but doesn't see the one at ramp. Juvenile makes him pay for it. Mark forced to drop off of Catwalk into the elevator position to hopefully stay alive for his teammates to rotate. A little bit of Go TV lag there. He's going to come through the smoke and pay for it. Daps connects on him as Abe whiffs the scout shot and the second, although it looks like he may have legged him a little bit. Let's see where Lightworker's at. He has a scout as well. It's dueling scouts for the retake as Lightworker's brought down to 20 HP, and Nafly, the jumping pistol shot, 15-4 in favor of Lunatic. And taking a look at the money, Reliable Gaming has none of it.
Yeah, none of it. Putting all their eggs in that basket, I think. And going back to the scout buys, is Robbie not going to armor up? But the scout being so cheap, I mean, it does make sense to buy it sometimes. Obviously, this is Dire Straits, so armor pistol is probably equivalent to scout no armor, but still they aren't able to win these force buys most of the time, and I doubt this is going to be one of those situations. Whoa, unwell. Unless they get a couple headshots to kick it off.
Wow, goodness gracious, even Go TV couldn't keep up with that nonsense. As Abe gets taken out. Juvenile, he's been so lethal here on T side. I realize we haven't seen a whole lot of it. We don't have a volume of data, but the man has been pretty lethal so far, as he's got a 2K on this round. He's leading his team in frags with 18. It's a 2-on-2. Let's see where Mark is at. He is at the elevator position, and there's a jumping Fugly in front of him. Connects with the second spray, but there it is. Lunatic Esports sewing it up in the 20th. 16-4 over Reliable Gaming. Pretty comfortable win.